Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 739. Who do you listen to when you first start out? I forgot to use my microphone today. There's Stanley. He's hanging out, becoming one with nature. It's raining, so he's in no hurry to go back outside. Alright, when you first start out, who do you listen to for advice? Not Uncle Billy. Unless Uncle Billy is an author who is published in your genre. And the genre alignment is critical because stories are different styles, different tropes, different approaches, different points of view. All of that stuff is more genre-centric. So, who do you listen to for advice? Most especially listen to folks who are in your genre, whether writers or readers. Best thing about readers of your genre is that they'll recognize that something isn't working, but they may not know exactly why it isn't working. They may recommend how to fix it, but their best element is that they recognize something isn't good, isn't working, and they can just highlight that. Hey, you lost me here. Just tell me where you stop reading. Oh, right here, you lost me. Great. I can work with that, especially as you're starting out. Why did we lose him there? Now, authors of your genre, they may also recommend how to fix things, and they may or may not be right. It all depends what you're trying to do as an author and how you develop your story and how you develop as an author for later books. You may have a certain thing that you're going for, and you go for it. So, who do you listen to? Almost anybody you can get to do a read for you. My first book, I had high school classmates. I sent it to all of them, and I only got one person back who read it, and he gave me great advice. And it was something as simple as, boy, you use a few a lot. And I did a word count, and on 127 pages, I used it like 150 times. All right, got it. Few, couple. All right, indeterminates. And then fix that. I can fix that. I can work with that. That was great input. And no matter what, it's still not Uncle Billy. Oh, I'll read it for you. He didn't like anything. He didn't like your mom's stuffing at Thanksgiving. And your mom's stuffing is awesome. So, Uncle Billy, he just likes to be angry with stuff. So don't take Uncle Billy's advice, because he'll tell you how bad it is. Or that you can't measure up to Uncle Billy's standards. Don't worry about Uncle Billy. What about successful writers in your genre? They may or may not have the time to deal with looking at a manuscript. Give your best effort. If it's successful, that's pretty much anybody more successful than you. So they've published a book, they've gotten 20, 30 reviews, and they're working on their second book. They're more successful than you. They may be more open to taking a look at your book than other folks, somebody who is a multi-million seller. However, you write a great first opening, a great first paragraph, a great first chapter, people will be a lot more open. So make sure you nail that. I usually rewrite my first chapter 5 or 6 times, whereas the whole book, I don't rewrite the whole book 5 or 6 times. Lucky if I rewrite it once. But the first chapter is so critical to hooking the reader and keeping them on board for the rest of the story. So get that first chapter right. But so who do you listen to for advice? If you can't get anybody to read it, then guess what? The readers. You're going to have to publish it. You get an editor, you send it to them, and then you publish it, and now you're going to get feedback. Because if you can get it into anybody's hands, they're going to give you some feedback. Even if it's a 2-star review or a 1-star review, it's okay. Because what are you going to do with that? Are you learning? And this is the opportunity to learn no matter who gives you feedback. Are you learning, and are you going to improve? So that first book, you get 1-star review, and they tell you why, and they're not wrong. Of course you better read it, and of course you better look at your book and not say, geez, I suck, I can't. No. If you get a 1-star and that's your review on your first book, guess what? There's nowhere to go but up. You're going to be great. So start fixing stuff and start getting better. Who's perfect at their first time out? Come on. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. Accept that your first book is going to suck. There's no other way to look at it. And then Everything else, it's you look in that rear view and say, wow, that first book really sucked. But look at my newest book. And it's not, now, if you're selling that first book, hey, this is a great book, could you read it? Well, then you're setting yourself up for failure, because what if the reader doesn't think it's a great book? Now you're at odds with your reader, somebody trying to provide feedback. So no matter how good your first book is, just embrace that it sucks, and then you can move forward learning, because it's all about the learning journey, all about practicing, all about getting better, feeding those readers what they want to read, what they're willing to spend their money and time on, and guess what? You'll have a great career. So who do you listen to it for advice? Anybody, most specific, look for anybody in your genre. That's why you get together, conference like Vegas, you come, you meet other authors in your genre, even if none of you are published. You still might have readers. You still might read each other's stories, provide some feedback. Hey, you lost me here, or I just want to stop reading. Whatever it is, and you're going to get better. Take that feedback, improve, and move forward. This is a great career for those willing to learn, stick it out, get those books done, and get them out there. Peace, fellow humans.